Oh, this is exciting, guys. We've got this awesome time right here. Joe, he's at corporate. It looks like.
Yes,
Joe
I'm in my office.
Sweet. Um, so I'm going to introduce Joe. He's a founder of this huge, massive, multi-billion-dollar health and wellness company. He's become an awesome friend of mine. I sent a text, 5 minutes. He said, "Sure," in his Canadian accent, and he's just the man. Started this company. He's got an incredible story. Joe, some of these people on here are looking at this. Some of them have been in a few other companies where have kind of looked around and looking for the best situation for themselves.
Okay.
Most come, actually, every single one of them come from the fitness, background in one way or another. And this whole thing started with Sarah over here, had a lot of bajillion questions, and I said, let's go to the source. Let's take it to the source. And so I know some of them also. I just got off with it's Anthony. No, what?
Antoinette.
Antoinette. Sorry, horrible. Antoinette. I just barely met her on Google Hangout, and we just switched over to this Google Hangout. And she's also looking. She's stay-at-home mom. She's dabbled in network marketing a little bit with candles, and I won't say anything else. I won't mention any other names, but she's looking for the best. She's owned a gym, her and her husband, and they've owned a gym, so she's a little entrepreneur, but stay-at-home mom, and looking for the best thing for the best situation for her, and something that she could promote. And she loves the fact of the products. And I think every single one of them do. They better, but Joe, I want you to kind of just go ahead and introduce, yourself, a little bit about your background, and the company, where the company's going, and then kind of open up for Q&A.
Sure, you bet. Well, thanks, Rocky. Appreciate it, and really grateful that you invited me on this call tonight. Hello, everyone, wherever you may be, Australia included. I love Australia. It's one of my favorite places to visit. Which part of Australia are you from?
Brisbane.
Oh, love Brisbane. So beautiful there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So, Rocky asked me to kind of give a bit of my background. I'm from Canada, as he mentioned. Born and raised in a little another Commonwealth country, I guess you can say, for our Australian friend there. Born and raised in a little town called Shelburne, Ontario, Canada. My parents got involved in health and wellness way before health and wellness was cool, guys. I mean, this was back when it was basically hippies and whack jobs who were involved in the health and wellness industry back in the 70s. And interestingly, my brother, whose office is just right next to mine, Rocky knows him really well, he had some health problem, and they couldn't solve it through allopathic medicine or traditional medicine, I guess you can say. And so they ended up, it was just a kid's, childhood problems, nothing big, nothing outrageous, but they couldn't solve it. So someone said, hey, you should try out health and well, like this fringe kind of way of addressing health and your health concerns, and it was more of a naturopathic approach. He became better. My parents became evangelical almost about the industry, swung heavy on the pendulum, and got involved heavily in health and wellness. I was about 5 years old at the time, maybe 4 or 5. And my dad started a health and wellness company, a network marketing company, in the basement of our home in Canada. So my dad and my parents were really pioneers in all of Canada, and it's kind of fun when I go back to Canada. I've been here for now more than half my life in the US, but when I go back there, it's kind of fun to meet people from different companies, all throughout the health and wellness industry. And really, a lot of it comes down to those early pioneers, my parents included, in that business. And so I tell you that story because my mom owned a health food store, so I had it from both angles. I tell you this because what we learned growing up, And what we saw growing up, we saw a whole industry be born. I mean, I start dropping names like ginkgo biloba and ginseng to you, or even amino acids, just the idea of amino acids, or protein supplements, or whatever it may be. And you have to realize that, or vitamin C, a multivitamin mineral supplement, you start to wind back the clock. Where did that all come from? It came from our industry. It came from people like Rocky who are out there sharing and talking about something they're passionate about. Heck, I'm chewing gum right now. It's sweetened with xylitol. I don't know if you're familiar with xylitol, if anyone's familiar with it, but it's an all-natural sweetener it's not man-made. And it's, you know what, it's pure, and it came through network marketing channels originally, back in the 70s. And I remember, and so now it's like everywhere, and people, oh yeah, I'm looking for a healthy alternative for gum, and that's there. I could just start naming so much of it just across all over the place, including bottled water. And so I love this industry. I kind of grew up in it, and then having stayed in the industry, out of the 5 kids in our family, my brother and I decided to stay in the industry. It just brought us to eventually starting this company, and we have all these incredible products, starting with a product called Xango juice. But what Rocky's got on the screen there, Reload, Ignite, and Limitless, if you're looking at there, those I have to give thanks to my parents and that upbringing that I had to see those there, because I was part of the formulation. I'm not the only formulator, but Aaron Garrity, one of my partners, and he's our CEO, heavy into health and fitness. My brother Gordon, and then we've got scientists that we work with in our on-staff group that created these products. But a lot of that came from us not wanting to put the crap in our bodies that's out there. And there's a lot of crap, guys. Let's face it. I do endurance events. I do Ironman competitions, and I do marathons and 50 milers and certain things. I haven't quite progressed to the craziness of a 100-mile run, but I think someday I'll probably be there. But I do these things, and so I'm always looking for energy, always looking for something, giving the edge with my fitness. And so when we created Limitless, this particular one, it was out of frustration with what was on the market, what was out in the market. And so really quite exciting when I look at these products, when I look at those 3 products that Rocky has on the screen there, guys, I just get pumped. I take them every single day. They're not just products that we just said, oh, okay, let's cook these things off and we'll throw these ingredients in, and it looks like it's going to be fun and it'll be hot in the marketplace, so let's do that. No, these are products that we as owners were involved in, and we as owners were sick of what was on the market, and we went and created something that we love and we use ourselves, and we have our kids use them, and our families and our wives and our neighbors and everyone who we come in contact with. We try to. I just went on a boat in Lake Powell. If anyone's ever been to Lake Powell, the bomb. But went on a boat, and all the people there, they were all drinking it. Why? Because I brought it with me, and I made sure they drank it, and they all buy it. Why? Because the stuff freaking works. That's why. And it helps us get the best results in our lives. We all play so many roles in our lives, guys. Holy crap, I heard there's a mom on here. And I mean, I'm a dad. I'm first and foremost, I'm a husband, and I'm a dad, and I'm a business owner, and I'm involved in my community and different things. And man, it keeps us busy. We got a lot of hats to wear, man. We all do. That's what life is right now. And if we can all have the better edge, anything to help us be sharper, have more mental acuity, have more energy, have more sustained energy, have more better health just in general. We're not cramming down our throats tons of sugar and tons of synthetic caffeines and so forth. Man, all the better. We become better in all the roles that we play. So that's what we're about, guys. We're about making the world a better place, starting with ourselves, our health and wellness, giving a business opportunity, and personal development along the way. It's awesome. I love what we do. And if you haven't tried these products, I highly, highly encourage you to give them a try. They freaking work. I actually wasn't ready to do this Ironman because I'm only halfway through my training program to do an Ironman in October. But I have a buddy. Okay, you want to talk about crazy. This guy he did 50 Ironmans in 50 days in all 50 states. and I went out. I couldn't do the one in Utah because I was out of town, so I went out to Indiana and did an Ironman with them. It was amazing. And what really sustained me through it, I'll tell you this, our Ignite, our Reload, and I used heavily our protein product, actually. I used that in my water bottles and my running and my biking. So I'm telling you, I use these products, I love them, and they work. Plain and simple, they work. And so there you have it. I love what we do. We're part of a world, part of an industry that's changing the world, and so anything you guys want to know, you're welcome to ask me. I'd be happy to try to answer any questions. So there you have it, Rocky.
Sweet. Thanks, Nick. Thank you. No, he's done it all. He's been there, done that. And what question? You guys? I mean, I'll start with Sarah. Sarah's got the questions. She had a lot of questions. And I think some of the I read through those questions, Sarah, and I think some of those will be great for Tommy to answer as well, such as like mentorship and everything else. But whatever questions you guys have, go ahead and fire them away.
We'll pick Sarah. I don't want to put her on anything, but
I was just about to say something.
yeah.
So my first one is my mom. She's into a network marketing company called Legal Shield, and it's a service company. So just growing up watching her run her business out of the house, I've always thought that could be like an opportunity for myself. Like, why should I choose a company that has a product over a company that has service? That's my main question.
That's a great question, actually. Is this Sarah? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah, that's actually a really good. It really comes down to what are you passionate about and what's going to drive you. I mean, in sales in general, what is sales? I mean, when we say network marketing, a sales company, your mother sells. I mean, that's what she does. And I would imagine, although I'm not familiar with that company, I would imagine it's a legal product. Is that right?
Yes, it's
Legal Shields.
theft. Yeah, it's a couple.
Oh, identity theft. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know that. Is that strict? Yeah, is that network marketing though? Or is it?
It's a different type of network marketing, but it's still the same.
I think. Are they a Utah-based company?
I think so.
I think they are. I've met the owners. They're really nice guys. Okay, so it comes down to this. What is a sale? A sale takes place when need, my brother talks about this, so I have to give him credit for this. Need meets opportunity. That's what a sale takes place. So if there's a need, which they have a need, obviously. I mean, you're dealing with theft and identity theft and so forth. They've got a need. If your mom's got an opportunity, then sales take place. So you have to ask yourself the question, Sarah, and everyone has to ask themselves the question. If you're going to get involved in something that you're going to sell and represent, is it something you're passionate about? And if it is, then hallelujah, there's big part of your answer, you know? And only you can answer that. I mean, I can't answer that, or Rocky couldn't answer that, or anyone. It comes down to something that so if you can be passionate about that service and be excited about it, then great. If you're a person who likes to be more hands-on and someone who likes to, it might be something that if you're dealing with a product like this, you're going to get people with instant reactions and instant experiences, and their health improves. I'm sure Rocky could tell you lots of stories of just within his group of people who have these remarkable experiences take place. It becomes a little easier for a person to become a product of the product and excited about the product when you're working with a product that's as efficacious, if that makes sense. But really, it comes down to, and I could talk to the cows come home about why I think our products are great and why I think they're why you can become passionate about it. But it really comes down to you. I mean, it's your. I see people go out sales of. It happened to be in Utah here, and Utah is very, very popular for door-to-door sales when it comes to home automation and so forth. And I see these guys so excited about home automation, and they will walk and knock on doors till their knuckles are bleeding. I say hallelujah. I'm not passionate about knocking on doors talking about home automation, but if they are, that's great. And I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's that's something that it just comes down to you, Sarah. That what is it that you can be passionate about? And so if you can feel like you can build a sales force with people who are selling a service, great. I personally, just my own personal belief, is that it would be easier to build a sales force trying to sell something that's a little quicker of a sell and people can get a quick result. You drink Limitless, and pretty good chances are within the 15 to 30 minutes, a person's going to have a result, and it makes it a little easier for a repeat sale, and it makes it a little easier to find other people who want to sell and to build a network doing so.
Okay. That definitely helps. I've sold. I don't know if you guys have heard of Cutco before, but it's kitchen products. So I've been very passionate about that before. So I feel like I can be even more passionate about a product versus her service, because that's held me back from her company. Was how can I be passionate about something I can't physically hold?
Yeah.
So.
Cutco, I have Cutco knives. They're pretty darn good. In fact, my finger, if you could see it, which finger? One of them has a pretty good, sizable cut in it that happened with a Cutco knife. They are sharp. They are sharp. So I think, I agree. It's a little easier to become passionate about Cutco sales, but than selling securities. But I'd say give it a try. I'm telling you, these products work. They're in your age bracket. I mean, people are working out. They're always looking for the edge. They're always looking for something, and they work. They work, plain and simple. Give them to people who are working out at the gym, and they will get results. Mm-hmm. I'm not confident in it.
I think the demographics really important too. Like you said, I mean, being around, because you had texted me earlier and talking about being on a college campus, whereas a product like Limitless fits in so perfectly in that environment. It's almost easy to promote or easy to exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or in a very aware town for health conscious. I mean, a health conscious town, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, I personally haven't tried the product yet, but I've been talking to people and already have a lot of people who are interested. I've given them links. And I mean, if people are health conscious, this is a really good product. And
Absolutely. And chances are your friends in your demographic are dropping money every single day on energy, on their mind getting mental acuity increase, working out, whatever they're looking for. They're looking for a source of energy. We're pretty much willing to guarantee. That's why the energy supplements are so darn prominent. I don't know about it in Australia, but here in America, holy schmoly. I mean, it's just like every 7-Eleven is full of energy supplements, and it's growing, and it just keeps growing and keeps growing. And ours, comparably price-wise, it actually equals out to for the least expensive one, which is probably Red Bull. Ours is comparable to that price or even less than. And so if that's what a person's looking for, you can help them save money and get better energy and be healthier in the process.
Yeah.
Do you have a kind of a better comparison? Like how close is it to the prices of Red Bull? Like 12-ounce Red Bull, because I buy Red Bull pretty regularly, but I'm gonna start doing this, and they're about $3 a pop, $3.50.
Then it's better. Then it's better price. Where are you located? Where are you living?
Colorado.
Okay, so I don't know, Rocky. What does it cost for you in Arizona for a Limitless to be? Like if you were to, because we don't sell it like in a can. We sell it in a little packet like this. And so you get a packet of 20 of these in a box like you're seeing on the screen there. And so you buy it kind of bulk, Rocky, so how much does it cost you for you to have one serving in Arizona?
Well, with shipping, I think it's like $1.72.
Okay. Let's round it up to $1.75, and then it depends on your tax structure of what you have in Colorado and so forth. So I can't really say, but let's round it up to even a high $2.
Okay.
You're 2/3 of the of the price.
A third less.
A whole third less. Now you're in a better like I've been in New York and I've done meetings where people hold up a Red Bull and they're paying $4 a can or $4.50. So it depends on where you're at, and the taxes and what it costs for the distribution to get to that point and the whole bit. So right there alone, we just told you, and again, I don't know the taxes and so forth off the top of my head for Colorado and whatever, but if you're buying it in a box, you'll pay more up front technically, but if you're buying Red Bull every single day, you're going to save yourself money, hands down. And I will tell you this right now, my friend, I'm so confident in this product that it'll be hard for you to go back to Red Bull.
Okay. Another question.
It's that freaking good. Let me tell you, it's that freaking good.
I believe
we call it limitless for a reason.
Another question that I had was on the website for the products. It doesn't actually have a price. You have to call the number before. Is there any way, because the people that I've been talking to about getting it, that's their biggest question is how much does it cost? And,
because there's two prices. There's a wholesale price, which would be for a distributor if you chose to become a distributor, and then there's a retail price. And so it depends on the distributor what price they want to set for the retail, because they may want to set it different. Depends on what they have to pay for taxes and shipping and so forth, because that's going to be different for every state. And so that's why we don't have those clearly marked on there. It's more of a direct to the seller program. But Rocky can get you that information. It's not a problem. It's pretty easy to do.
Sounds good.
Pretty easy to do. That we can do for you, my friend.
Did you have any more questions you wanted to fire away, Sarah? I know you had a list.
Yeah, I was just
Any
looking
good
for
ones you
that.
can think of?
In your opinion, is it easy to convert clients from another energy drink company to Xango? So let's say they were really hooked on Red Bull. Is it pretty easy to sway them towards Xango?
Oh, without a doubt. Oh, I love that conversation. Now, of course, I'm going to be in a little bit of a different situation because and when I say that I've taken pretty much everything out there, I'm not exaggerating on that. I mean, there's stuff that since we've come out with Limitless that I really haven't tried and I really don't care to try. But up to that point a couple of years ago, I tried it all, Sarah. So, I'm pretty familiar with it. And you just in some of Rocky's got some graphics that we've created where it talks about sugar content. Just that alone. There's no sugar. I'm just going to use that. That's just one argument, and I'm not trying to do this because I could go on and on about this, but I'll just use that one point. A Red Bull can, I think, has, I want to say off the top of my head, is 27 grams of sugar, which is it's like 10 teaspoons of sugar. It's horrible. So, or 8 to 10 teaspoons of sugar. Whereas, and then if you want to go into that, just Google search anything about sugar and what kind of destructive nature sugar is in our bodies. It's not very hard to find that information. You could scare the living bejeebies out of anyone about sugar content and what we're putting in our bodies on a daily basis on average here in America. So just that alone, and then ours, we don't use artificial sweeteners and we don't use sugar. We use something called stevia, and stevia is a plant-based sweetener that has no calories. So, it's just that alone is a no-brainer. That's part of that would be part of my, but if you wanted to go into the you could get into everything, and again, I'm not trying to feed you with a fire hose here on this, okay, but yes, you could, the answer to your question, yes, you can get into the fact that they use synthetic caffeine versus natural caffeine. Natural caffeine, your body reacts differently. It sees it as a food, whereas synthetic caffeine from a Red Bull, for example, Red Bull doesn't, synthetic caffeine, the body just doesn't know how to respond, and so it tends to cause your adrenals to just shoot out the roof, and so we're constantly pushing our adrenals like this all day long, and it kills our adrenals. So you've got that. You've got the fact that ours has GABA, and Red Bull, for example, doesn't have GABA. And that is a huge part of the mental acuity aspect. We've got Panax ginseng in ours, which is another part of the mental acuity and energy. Anyways, I could go on and on. It's a lot of fun. But yes, lots of science behind it, and Rocky could get you hooked up on some of that stuff.
Okay.
I have a question. I wanted to know
That sounds like
if you had to choose one of those three products, the Ignite, the Limitless, and the Reload, if you could only afford to buy one of those, which one do you feel would be the most beneficial?
So the question I would ask the person if they had that question would be, what are you looking for? And so I'm going to ask you that question. What are you looking for? Is you looking for energy? Are you looking for an edge when it comes to your workouts? Are you working for more just an overall health and wellness kind of a product? So what is it that you're looking for? And I can answer that question better.
Well, for me personally, it would be the edge in working out. I'm not a fan of pre-workouts. I take them because I can feel it. I can feel that kind of that sustained energy, but I don't like the fact that I can't pronounce anything on the ingredient list.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a hashtag fit mom, and I feel that my children see everything that I do, and they're going to repeat everything that I do. And I like to preach that I know what I put inside of my body, but when it comes to my pre-workouts, I'm not confident. And I want to be able to feel confident in, people are always asking me what I'm taking, how do I get through my workouts? And so I want to be able to pass along a quality product that I can understand the ingredient list.
Sure. If it were one product, I would probably say, just from what you told me, Limitless. That would be my recommendation. Just because it can help you with everything, and that includes not just your workout, but also your just the roles that you play as a mother, and that in and of itself is a workout, by the way. Thank you to all mothers who go through what you go through. It's just a lot of work to be a mom. It's nonstop. So I would probably say that it would help you from an energy perspective, from a workout perspective, from a mental acuity, and just having sustained energy throughout the day.
Gotcha.
If you were a little older, I would maybe recommend the Ignite, because then you can get the cardiovascular benefits of having that in your system as well. But you're getting that with all your workouts and so forth. So, but if you were to just take one of those products, then I'd probably recommend just the Limitless.
I like that flavor the most, actually. So.
Good. And from one parent to another, I'll tell you, it helps me to have the energy that I need as a dad. I only take one a day. I'm actually drinking a little bit of one right now, just because I like the taste, and it's later in the day, and just sipping on one right now. But I won't finish the whole thing. I don't even need more than one a day. I just don't.
And are you okay with your children drinking that? Would be my next thing. My kids always want to drink out of my blender bottle, and I'm like, no, you can't. So would you feel confident with your children drinking out of your blender bottle?
Sure. Well, how old are you talking like a 1-year-old, or if it's a 1-year-old, probably not. I mean,
my kids are 4 and 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's green tea. Green tea is yeah, it's not going to hurt them if they're taking a sip or whatever. The only thing, and it's certainly not going to hurt them just in general, but it does contain caffeine in the form of green tea, so I don't know, kids are generally pretty good with energy. So I don't know if you need them to have any more energy than they have. If anything, you need to give them something to take that energy down a bit. But no, I wouldn't feel uncomfortable if they took a sip from it. No. My kids, I have a 13-year-old boy, I have a 16-year-old boy, and a 19-year-old son, and they all drink Limitless. They don't drink it every day because they generally have so much energy going as it is. But yeah, they drink it, and I don't feel uncomfortable because here's the thing: my kids, and this is what you're going to learn when your kids get into their teens. Well, I don't know what it's going to be like when your 4-year-old and 5-year-old gets into their teens, but right now, Red Bull's everywhere. I mean, they're drinking it. They're drinking Rockstar. They're drinking Monster everywhere. And my kids go to a ski competition. And I remember when he was 13 years old, and Red Bull was sponsoring it. And I think he drank 6 Red Bulls in one night. It was horrible. I mean, it was like, what the heck? And yet it's okay. I mean, kids drink it like it's nothing. And so I'd rather them drink something that's all natural with not the sugar content and all natural caffeine source versus synthetic caffeines and all the things I've talked about and all the sugars and so they're drinking it. That's the thing. But yeah. 4-year-old though, I don't know if you need to take it even. My daughter is 6 years old and she drinks Reload almost every day. She loves Reload. And I would not even have an issue with her sipping on Limitless a little bit, but I just don't think she needs any more energy than she's got, But it's not a safety issue.
Yeah.
Does any of you guys, Sarah, you have any more questions? Anthony, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I actually had a question about Reload.
Yeah.
I saw that it has L-glutamine in it, which I know works. I've taken L-glutamine straight. Does it have the ingredients listed, and could you tell me the other ingredients? Because it would be easier for me to sell if I know the ingredients and I know that they work.
Yeah, the ingredients are listed. I don't have them right in front of me right now, but I can get it. Hold on. Yeah. Just going over to my office here.
I got this. Ignite has L-arginine. Does it have citrulline in it?
Ignite's got L-arginine, L-citrulline, L-norvaline, and it also has beetroot extract.
Okay, so it's all things that are proven, so that's good.
Oh yeah, very, very good. Very, very good for getting that nitric oxide going. Okay, so Reload contains coconut water, which is actually kind of key for hydration, as you know. Let's see here. But when it comes to so L-glutamine, D-ribose, and branched chain amino acid mix. And so, yeah, very, very good for post-workout, very good for going to bed and just letting your body repair at night. I take it at night before I go to bed. I take it after workouts. So, I mean, branched chain amino acids, really, the reason why there's such a big push for them post-workout, because your body needs protein. Yeah. Your body needs protein, and amino acids is just the pure form of protein. And so, in fact, when you take one of these, it's 5 grams of protein, and that's why, because you're actually getting just pure form of protein. It's really good. Go straight to your muscles, repairing muscle damage and so forth.
Yeah.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
So, I did a little research. I haven't tried the products, but I saw that one of the ingredients, and I'm not sure which of the products, is xanthan gum. And I have some food sensitivities or intolerances, so I was just curious, since I looked up xanthan gum, and it's a source of corn, wheat, or soy. You know what the source is for the xanthan gum that Xango uses?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't, but I can get it. Is it no problem?
That would be wonderful.
No problem. I can get that for you.
Okay.
I have a lot of sensitivities to gluten and others, and I have no problems with these products, so if that helps you. But, I mean, everyone's different. Everyone reacts differently, so. But I can find that out for you. It's not a problem. It'd be easy to find that out.
Yeah, one of the things I'm sensitive to is soy, so I was just curious, like, what the source was.
Yeah, I can find that out though. Yeah, and I've got to race into something else here in just a couple minutes. So Rocky, if you just want to fire me a text, and I'll get the answer to that. It's not a problem.
Definitely,
No problem.
Well, I appreciate this a lot, Joe. Thank you for hopping on this hangout, and hopefully it answers some of your guys' questions as well. And if you have any other questions, we could definitely get them answered too. So,
Cool.
but I wanted you to meet the source, the guy who started it all. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that too.
Thank you, Rocky, and thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Good luck, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm gonna stop this here and then switch over to another one. So I'll send you guys another link. Okay, is that cool? You guys want to hop on?
Sounds good.